Well, well, well. Arsenal 3, Bayern 1. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I've prayed for days like this, lads. I need you to understand this. Alright? Bear in mind, I've been there during the Wenger days when we got cooked by Bayern on a yearly basis. The back-to-back 5-1s. Like, I've prayed for this day more than you can imagine. Alright? Tonight, second half especially, Bayern got absolutely battered, smoked, diced, fried, every syllable in the English language. I'm in shock. Like, I will say this, right? I'll say this because I know it's gonna come. I know what's gonna happen tonight. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna get gassed. A lot of people are gonna get hyped and go, "Oh, we could win the Champions League." Yes, we absolutely could. However, what I'm not gonna do is proclaim that we're going to win the Champions League, because then I get clipped and go, "Oh, you said we could win the Champions League." Look, I think we can, but I'm not gonna say for definite that we're going to, because we're still in the league phase. So we're in that conversation, yes, but I'm not gonna outrightly say we're gonna win it. Like, not yet. Give it time. Tonight was, do you know what? Going into it, I thought tonight would be a bit more difficult. First half was cagey, I would say. Bit of a tactical battle going on, especially in the middle of the pitch. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. You know, Arsenal obviously have that great defensive record in the Champions League, and Bayern scoring the most goals in the Champions League. So naturally it's going to be like a heavyweight clash here. And tonight felt more like a game that you could see like in the latter stages. It just had that vibe. First goal, surprise, set piece again. Saka, delivery into the box. Timber gets a nod on it, but Upamecano, poor defensively. He's got to get across to Timber quicker. I mean, if I'm company, he's the first player on my outs list, because he wasn't good. He wasn't good. Bayern equalise, and look, this is where I'm gonna highlight Miles O'Skelly, all right? Because I don't know if it's a lack of like match sharpness, whether it's not being played enough, but to me, Miles O'Skelly did not have a good game tonight. And especially on the goal, because for me, he's too central. He's too central before the ball's even played, right? Kimmich has the ball in the middle of the pitch, plays it over, Gnabry's made the run, and then Skelly's left in no man's land. At least if he stays wide, he's got a chance of stopping him. But he comes in central, ball's played over him, Gnabry's in, filtered across, and of course, Carl, their 17-year-old number 10, scores. Great finish, but again, Miles O'Skelly, poor. And following that, all of Bayern's attacks were going down the side of Miles O'Skelly. So, for me, he's got to be better. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not being harsh, maybe, but if you're going to play left back for this team, you've got to be switched on, and you weren't tonight. And Arteta realised that because he brought him off and brought on Calafiori on, who, in my opinion, is better from an attacking point of view and from a defensive sense. I'm not saying Miles O'Skelly doesn't have potential, but I think we can all agree that Calafiori right now is the better player. It is what it is. There's a reason why he starts. But we go into half-time 1-1, and honestly, second half, battered him. Battered him. Declan Rice, Eze, Zubimendi, all three of them, sensational. All three of them. Rice was on him like a rash. I will not tolerate any Declan Rice slander, alright? Because that boy is world class. And anyone denying it is, you've got the blinders on. You've got the blinders on. My man is world class. End of discussion. Eze, the last 2 games, he's been amazing. The passes, the delivery, especially for the third goal, that ball from Eze, oh my God. Like, that midfield cannot change. I'm sorry, it can't. That midfield stays exactly the same for Sunday. Eze, Rice, Zubimendi. Don't change it. Don't change it. As far as Zubimendi goes, what he does goes under the radar because just having him there, it allows us to control games more, and we didn't do that enough last season. And having Rice there, having Eze there, but more importantly, having Zubimendi in behind him to control games, it works. It works. Like, you've seen it in that second half. The presence of Zubimendi, the drive of Declan Rice, the creativity of Eze, it's the perfect blend. It really is. It's the perfect blend. Moreno, listen, I've made it clear. I want Gyökeres starting up front when he's back. But Moreno tonight, you know, he had a few chances. And to be fair, he probably should have scored 1 or 2 of them. But it wasn't just the chances he was having, it was off the ball where he was the most impactful. And he should absolutely have a place in this squad when Gyökeres is either not fit or injured like he is now. Overall, lads, we were sensational tonight. I can't fault a single thing. Maybe Maslow Skelly, like I mentioned, but outside of that, perfect performance. Perfect performance. And we move into the game against Chelsea on Sunday. It is what it is, man. Mad. No tactical kind of breakdown tonight because it's pretty late and I'm knackered. So, more or less, you'll get that when I'm not so tired and when I've not lost my voice, because I'm in literal shock of us beating Bayern. Like I said, I prayed for days like these. I've been around during the Wenger days. I've seen her get slapped 10-2. I've seen us get knocked out in last 16 ties in the Champions League by Bayern. I've seen us get knocked out in the last 16 in the Champions League by other teams. So naturally, I'm going to be a bit gassed. But one thing I'm not going to do is put the cart before the horse. No. I do think we'll win the league. Whether we win the Champions League or not, I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching. And until next time, I'll see you in a bit. Take care. And you know the rest, lads. Peace.